Hello, everybody, and welcome to another 2023 Lamley Awards Showcase. I always enjoy doing the Hot Wheels Premium showcases because it's fun to see what came in Hot Wheels Premium. Hot Wheels Premium changed entirely a few years ago when car culture was introduced. Boulevard returns, entertainment morphs, pop culture morphs. They've merged now for 2024. That's your quickest history ever, but we just get really cool, good new models every year from Premium. The output this year wasn't huge, but there was a lot of good stuff, and now you're going to vote in the link below at lamleygroup.com to decide what was the best of 2023 and what was the most disappointing of 2023. I've defined it enough. Let's just get to the new models. This should be pretty fun. I'm going to go. There were actually two licensed haulers from Team Transport. So we're going to put those in the very back, and we're going to start with this one. We're going random. We're not going in terms of release or anything like that. We're just going to show them, put them on the turntable, and you can then go and decide. This is the 1956 Mercedes-Benz Blau's Wonder, the Blue Wonder. It is this famous hauler, this unique hauler that came in the Jay Leno set. I think Jay Leno owns one of these. Or owns a replica of this because the original was destroyed way back when. This has, what is it? I think it has like a racing engine in it. And the whole point was this hauler was as fast as a racing car was. And really cool to see Hot Wheels do this. I wonder if they can do it in other colors, if Mercedes is going to allow them. But nonetheless, it's really nice to see. I'm sure we'll see it in Team Transport one of these days. But a very cool licensed hauler that I think, just a welcome addition. The other one, another welcome addition into that Team Transport family, and this is the Chevy C10. Is that 72 Chevy ramp truck is what it's called. So it's the C10 cab plus this tilted ramp. Love this. I was surprised to see this hang. I don't know if it was more about the Impala that it came with, but that people wanted this, because I think this hauler was just one of the coolest models of the year, to be honest. And I wouldn't blame anyone for voting for this as one of the best. It just was a really, really cool, well-designed hauler. And I think one that, I think I did a whole feature on this, is like what cars would I pair with this hauler. And I was doing JDM, I was doing Euro models, race cars, of course, vintage racing. But really, really fun. Really cool to do. All right. Like I said, no order on these. There were a couple that released in several colors, or at least in a couple colors, but we're going to stay focused on just the original, and we'll just get to it randomly, and we'll start with this one. This one is from Car Culture. I think we're going to see a Team Transport very soon. This is the Fiat 131 Abarth, a Mark Jones design. We're seeing some of the final Mark Jones designs before he retired. Fiat Abarth was one of them. Small four spokes on this one. Clean stock version. Oop. Canyon Warriors, right? No, this is Modern Classics that this one came out of. That was this one debuted in, and I dropped it, but thankfully that was nice and soft. Really, really cool model in with this nice clean deco. We'll obviously see racing versions of this one as well. And again, I'll try and avoid too many opinions. We'll put that one right here. Is there a Mercedes this year that we can put on the haulers? I don't know. We'll try and be appropriate. Next one. Released in, was this Boulevard, I think? It was released this year. Boulevard had a nice, strong year. This is the Mazda 04 Mazda Speed Miata. We get the 5-spoke wheels on this one. Again, judging more the casting than anything else, but whatever criteria you want to put in to make this the best, go ahead and use it. Just try and use that most disappointing criteria best you can as well. Cool to see this one. Yeah, like I said, in Boulevard. Boulevard doesn't have themes. They just do like the other mixes in Car Culture do, but or even Pop Culture for that matter. But this one was really, really nice. The Mazda Miata. We'll go Fast and Furious with one of this one we actually considered putting in the best of, but just finished on the outside. It's the BMW M5, 1991 BMW M5, the E34. Not to be confused with the previous, what was it, 2001? BMW M5 that was released last year that we saw in Canyon Warriors this year and at the Hot Wheels convention as well, but in blue. But this one was, yeah, the 1991. Very, very cool, from one of the Fast and Furious movies. I don't remember, but the casting's fantastic in black. Really, really dig this one. Nice, nice. I won't put it on a Mercedes hauler. I think that would be blasphemy. But let's keep ongoing. There is the, excuse me, one of the new models released this year that was also a chase. We'll just stay focused on the new model itself. Just to, I think, we did this last year. We had, the several new models that were chases. Only a couple, no, 3 or 4, maybe 3. I don't remember. Anyway, this is the Lamborghini Countach LPI 800-4. Lamborghini likes the full names in the names of their cars on Hot Wheels. So this one gets it. So this is the new generation Countach. We also saw it as a 1/24 scale, but we're going to stay focused on this one from, what was the mix on this one? Spettacolari, right? And I also had the chase as well. Let's keep on going. A lot of Euro this year. We've got the Fiat already, the BMW, Lamborghini. Should we continue on? Another one that's just recently released, just made the cut. By the way, Car Culture didn't finish this year. I think maybe the 2-pack and the Team Transport mixes did, but Car Culture itself, I think there's 1 or 2 more mixes still to come. So we'll lump those into the 2024 awards, those new models. And I actually think what I'll do, this is, by the way, the BMW Group 5. I should probably have mentioned that one. Is there any other part of this name? 320 Group 5. We might do something because, we're going to have to wait on some of these mixes for next year's awards. Maybe once we get the final mixes of Car Culture, it might be a good time to do a vote on the best Car Culture mix of all time. How crazy would that be? We could do one of the year, and then we could also do the best Car Culture mix of all time. I didn't say anything about the BMW Group 5. It's in the Target 2-pack, really, really cool model. Lots of people who love seeing this Group 5 model being released in some of these other race cars. And so I should probably have said more about it, but you don't need me to. All right. This one came in entertainment, unique model from Jaws. It's a 75 Chevy Blazer. It seems to me that this one, the way they've designed this could come with a hardtop later. I wouldn't be surprised, or some sort of, or even like having this siren roll bar removed. But this is from Jaws. Obviously 75 Blazer lifted. It was the police chief's Blazer. Same similar color to Stranger Things, right? That Blazer. I'm going to put this one in the back. Cool to see that one. I think that one has a lot of potential for future models as well. It doesn't have to be a Jaws thing. All right. This was, I believe, no, the first new model of the year was from Fast and Furious. This one was right after that. It seemed like the new models started kind of late this year. It seemed like it really picked up later in the year, but this one debuted in the 2-pack. It is the Lexus RC FGT3. Interesting choice to do this one in a matte black. It's fantastic casting. Spoiler for being a metal spoiler is super, super crisp, super detailed. But yeah, this one debuted in a 2-pack. Never saw it on the pegs. This is the sample that Mattel sent me. And I don't know if this one was particularly hard to find. It was for me, for sure. And kind of gobbled off the pegs. But that one was one, it's been so long that I haven't heard much talk about it lately. But very, very cool model to see a Lexus being done in premium. All right, another very, 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 very recent release. In fact, just barely making it out from Boulevard. But making the cut for this is the 67 Ford Anglia Racer. Nice modified racing version of the quote-unquote Harry Potter car, right? The flying car from whatever book, whatever movie. But this one is nice. Another Mark Jones design, very much down his alley. Love it with the small 4 spokes. Really cool racing design. And like this kind of like Mark Jones really went for it with some of these little racers like the Fiat. And there's still more to come, like this one, also from Boulevard. I think this was the first new model of the year. Well, that and the Mazda, right? Was they in the same mix? This is the 93 Ford Escort RS Cosworth. Really cool spoiler in the back. They're borrowing that spoiler for the upcoming Pontiac Aztek in Basic, which I love. The racing version of the Aztek. It's very similar to this one, actually. It looks very similar. But Ford Racing on this one, we've seen a lot of Ford rally cars. Quite the family forming, and this one makes a lot of sense. We'll keep pushing down because we got to make more space for all of these premium cars. Still haven't found a car that can go, well, I guess the Ford can. Well, we'll figure it out. All right, our Australia friends loved getting another, the second Holden in 2 years, right? This is the 77 Holden Tirana A9X. Two versions of this one. We'll just focus on this white one from Boulevard because we also saw a 2-pack version released just soon after that. In a little bit more, almost like a Marlboro tribute. Boy, I cannot say Marlboro, and it makes me say everything else wrong. But this one was the first version, so we'll focus on that one because, again, it's all about the casting. This one is really, really nice. This Holden Tirana small 5-spoke wheels, really, really cool model. Nice to see Australia getting play 2 years in a row. All right, another one. From Fast and Furious. This mix was an interesting one. Did go pretty quickly, I think, on the pegs. Didn't see much of it. But this is the Nissan Maxima, 1999 Nissan Maxima from Fast and Furious. This one's an interesting one because it looks very similar to more like the Infinity than it does a Nissan Maxima. There's a lot of confusion on that one, but it is labeled a Maxima. And I can't remember the movie that it's from, but there was a lot of discussion on this casting and what it is, and I could see it showing up in some people's votes as well. But that one is interesting, the Nissan Maxima. Put that one off to the side. And while we're there, the other car from that mix was the Acura Integra. This one is a very similar silhouette. It's a 4-door Integra. It's very similar to the, you can see some of the details here that are very close to the RLC that was just released, but they are different castings. And obviously the other one's a 2-door, it's Type R, but this one is this is a Japan spec, right? Well, it's a custom Acura Integra sedan GSR with small 5-spoke wheel, 6-spoke wheels on it. So that and the Maxima came in the very same mix. We'll put those together. All right. I mentioned the very first release of the premium release of the year, and it was this one, Porsche Cayman GT4, 718 Cayman GT4. Sport version of the Cayman. Can't remember what Fast and Furious movie this came from. There's a basic. It's been converted into, well, I don't know if it's been converted into basic. It might still have a metal base. And an upcoming Fast and Furious mix. I just got that. But this one in white, another one that hopefully we see, I mean, looks great in white, but hopefully we see other versions as well, maybe in car culture or something like that. But cool to see a modern Porsche sports car. And, you know, not as many Porsches as you'd think, because it seemed like all the other lines had 800 Porsches in them. But there is one of the, I'm trying to think, we haven't seen it. That may be the only new model Porsche from Premium. Interesting. Okay, we had a few from Modern Classics. We've already seen the Fiat. This one, the VW Corrado, was also released this year, or in the Modern Classics, looking really nice. Volkswagen Corrado VR6. Modified. Phil Reelman designed this one. It has some modifications to it, right? It's not totally stock, but I've seen a lot of people that have dug this one in purple. Another one that I think we'll see a lot of versions of in the coming years, and there's a lot of VW fans. Some wanted more of a stock version, more of a factory version, but yeah, there it is. All right, here's one that I debated whether it should go in Premium or it should go in RLC, but we're going to put it in Premium. I never got this this set, didn't order it, but Hot Wheels sent this to me so I can add this into the Premium release. This was actually sold last year, but it was released and sent out to those that bought it this year. And it is a premium model. I wouldn't call it an RLC model. This is the 2024 DeLorean Alpha 5. We're actually going to see this in the basic range in 2024, but we also have the premium version with the metal base. And so this one, while it was released via RLC, this is a premium casting and needs to be considered as such. And so that's why I'm putting it in here. Vote for best, most disappointing, or just ignore it. I don't care, but this is where it needs to be, the new modern DeLorean, and so that is where it is going. It wouldn't have been included last year because we didn't have it last year, so I'm moving that right there. All right, a very recent release just coming out, made the cut. It is the Toyota Land Cruiser, 05 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. This one also has a chase version. We'll stay focused on this one. The regular version, the regular release, the black chase is pretty cool. I'll showcase that later. But really, really nice version. Has those Toyota, that really real Toyota look to it on the side with the side stripes, but has some modifications as well, lifted, spare tire, all that kind of stuff. Really, really cool. Off-road model. Never put anything on the two haulers in the back, so I'll I'm just going to put that there because why not? No Mercedes new models this year, so what are you going to do? Remember this one? Did you think I was going to forget it? Citroen H van from Pop Culture, Disney. Don't know the story of this van, but it is based on an old classic Citroen van. And so in it goes into this into the list of new premium castings. And this is where I probably heed that warning. Don't put this as most disappointing unless you're just really into the Citroen H van and are mad that they made it the way they did. Because it's more interesting if one of these models that you were more eager to have disappointed you. I'm going to put that back there. I hope that that makes sense but I still wonder if some people will vote for it. All right, let's keep going. Only a couple more. 2 recent releases. Well, let's just go with this one. This one wasn't recent. This is from Race Day, right? New model in Race Day. Ford Capri Group 5. Another Group 5. Really cool to see the BMW and the Ford Capri released the same year. I think both Mark Jones designs, both just... No, this is Phil Reelman who did this one. Phil did the Capri here. This one has such a classic silhouette. Such a classic vintage racing. We're seeing like this kind of subtle continuation of the vintage racing line, which is so cool to see. And I think this one looks really, really good. The Ford Capri. And then what are the last 2? Okay, one also had a chase version, but we'll stay focused on this one, and it is the Toyota Altezza, 1998 Toyota Altezza casting that I think many of us were hoping to see. We finally have it. There's a chase version. Just focus on the silver version. Tell me if it's one of the best or one of the most disappointing or one that you're just not going to vote for. Either way, but this one was in Modern Classics new casting. Nice to see that one finally released. Finally, that casting finally done. And last, barely making the cut, just like the Ford Anglia, is the Honda Accord. This is the 1996 Honda Accord in this racing spec. A lot of people excited about this one, a lot of opinions. I do get the sense that as this one hits the pegs, it will not stay very long. Considered putting this in the best of, and maybe if it had been out a little more for people to respond to it, I would have gotten a better sense, but I just figured because it's just coming in, making the cut for the best, it just didn't qualify for the best of 16, but it is here, and you can vote for it for best or most disappointing if you want to in this particular poll. All right, guys, there you go. I think there's been bigger outputs in the past from premium, but it's still highly diverse. It's interesting because it seems like it was just all Porsche, all Porsche, all Porsche the last few years. Obviously a ton of JDM, but you see quite the mix. Still very Euro heavy this time, I think. Not a ton of like classic muscle, but good racing cars. I really think that hauler might be one of the Chevy might be a really cool for American car representation, but kind of an interesting mix. I wouldn't say it was heavy in any particular way, and that was nice to see. So you guys tell me what you think. Please go vote. All this will be announced soon, all the winners. Thank you, everybody. Bye.